today we are going to discuss the exponents and powers chapter. It is a very easy chapter and scoring chapters. So here we are going to discuss all the topics related to exponents and powers. First we will discuss the introduction, what is mean by the exponents and power. Then after we will discuss what is the positive exponents. Then after we will discuss what is negative exponents, and then we will discuss the decimal number system. This already we have discussed in the 7th class. The fractional exponents, then what is mean by the zero exponents and the laws of exponents. Then after discussing laws, we will discuss all the problems related to the laws of exponents and including all these the topics. Right. So coming to the introduction, so what is mean by the exponents and powers? For example, if you take a non-zero rational number, so what is mean by rational number? The number which is in the form of the p by q, number which is in the form of p by q, where p should not be equal to 0, and if you take p 0 and q 0, what will happen is become undefined. So what I am saying, you should take a non-zero rational number. You should take what? A non-zero rational number a and the natural number n. If it is repeated, if a is repeated how many times? The n time this can be written as a to the power of n. Means what? For example, if I take 2 into 2 into 2, how many times it is repeated? It is repeated how many times? 3 times it is repeated. So I can write as 2 to the power of 3. So what is the use? Instead of writing 3 times, we can write only 1 times, right? So it has become easy to represent any number which is repeated 3 times. For example, if I take a number 7, for example 7 is repeated, how many times it is repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is repeated how many times? It is repeated 5 times. So how can I represent in the exponents and powers? I can represent it as 7 to the power of 5. 7 to the power of 5. So this 7 is representing what? This 7 is representing what? The base, and whereas this 5 is representing what? The power, or we can also say as the exponent. If I ask you, tell me here, if I write 8 to the power of 10. So what is the base and what is the power? Can you tell me what is the base and power? Right. So what is the base? Here, right, here this 8 is known as what? The base, whereas 10 is called as power. So what is it is indicating? It is indicating that 8 is repeated that 10 times. 8 is repeated how many times? 10 times. If I write a to the power of n, what it indicate? Tell me what a to the power of n indicate? It is indicating that a is repeating how many times? N times. Means how can you write a into a so on up to how many times? Up to it is repeating how many times? N times. I hope it is clear, right? Right. So coming to the positive exponents. So what is mean by the positive exponents? Just now we have discussed what is mean by exponents. So if I write a to the power of n, this indicating what? The exponents. So if I take this power, what I am saying, if I take this power n as the positive quantity, if I take the n as the positive, the rational number, means here if for any non-zero rational number a and any positive integer n, the a to the power of n represent the positive exponent. Means the 4 to the power of 3 is known as what? The positive exponent. If I write 5 to the power of 7, so what is indicating? It is representing what? The positive exponent, because the power is what I am taking, this exponent I am taking as the positive. This is known as what? Positive exponent. Similarly, if I write 3 to the power of minus 5, can I say it is a positive exponent? Tell me. No, we cannot say. Why? Because the power is negative. So positive exponents means this power has to be what? Positive. So it is not a positive exponent. Not a positive exponent. Why? Because this power is negative. Similarly, if I ask you minus 3 to the power of 7, so can it can be a positive exponent? Tell me. So you may confuse, sir, here it is negative. No problem, I told that power has to be positive. We are not worrying about the base. Base may be negative or positive, it doesn't matter. The power has to be the positive, then we can call as it is a positive exponent. So it is a positive exponent. So it is what? A positive exponent. Right. Similarly, if I ask you minus 2 to the power of minus 3, so whether it is a positive exponent or negative exponent. So by seeing the power, you have to decide whether it is a positive exponent or negative exponent. So what is the power here? The power is negative, so we can call as what? It is a negative exponent. It is not a positive exponent. The negative exponents. So I hope the what is meant by positive exponents you got the clarity. Then now we will discuss about the negative exponent. So what is mean by negative exponent? Right. So what is meant by negative exponent? So similarly, we should not take a as zero quantity, we should take a non-zero rational number, and this n is indicating what? It is a power. So if I write 2 to the power of minus 3, so what is the power here? It is the power is negative. So if power is negative, we can say as it is what? The negative exponent. What we will call? It is a negative exponent. Negative exponent. Clear? So similarly, if I ask you minus 3 to the power of 2, whether it is a positive or negative exponent. So we have to see the power. What is the power here? Plus 2, it is not minus 2. Whereas base is negative, but power is what? Positive. So we can call as it is a positive exponent. You can call as what? It is a positive exponent. Right. I hope you got the clarity. What is meant by negative exponent and positive exponent? Can I ask few questions? Right. Can you tell me, if I write a to the power of minus 3, whether it is a positive or negative? A to the power of minus 3. So what is the base here? 8. What is the power here? Minus 3. I told you that if power is negative, we can call as what? The negative exponent. So this is called a negative exponent. Similarly, if I take this question minus 3 power of minus 5, then tell me whether it is a positive exponent or negative exponent. Then how to decide the based on powers? Tell me whether it is a negative exponent or positive exponent. Right, correct. So it is what? The negative exponent. I told you that power has to be negative to say it is a negative exponent. So we can say it is what? A negative exponent. Clear? Now I hope you got the clarity what is meant by positive exponent, what is meant by negative exponent. So once again I am repeating what is meant by positive exponent. If power is positive, if I write a to the power of n, so this is known as base and this is known as power. If power, this n is a positive number, then we call as what? A positive exponent. If n is a negative quantity, we know as what? We will say as it is a negative exponent. Means if I take 3 to the power of plus 2 is known as positive exponent. If I take 3 to the power of minus 2, we call as a negative exponent, where 3 is known as base and whereas 2 is known as exponent or power. Right. So what is the next topic? Decimal number system. So what is meant by decimal number system? So you all aware that how to represent a decimal number in terms of expanded form. Already have been studied. I hope you studied that what is the decimal number, how to expanded form, how to represent the expanded form. Right. If what is this one? 3478.67, how to represent the form of decimal expanded form? So here after decimal how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will write what? 3 into 1000. Then 4 after how many points? 1 2, right? So into 4 into 100, then similarly 7 into 10, then 8 into 1, plus after decimal 6 and 7, so 6 by 10 plus 7 by 100. So this is already, I hope you studied in the 7th class, how to represent the number in the decimal expanded form, right? So then how to use exponents and powers here, let's see, right? So instead of here we are using 1000, this 1000 can be written as, 10 to the power of 4. What is indicating? It is indicating that this 10 to the power of 4 is indicating that 10 is repeating how many times? 10 is repeating 4 times. So if I multiply 10 into 10 is 100, then right, 100 into 10 is 1000, then 1000 into 10 is how much? 10,000, right? So 10 to the power of 4. Similarly, 1000 how to write? Here 10 cube. So why I am writing 10 cube? Because 10 cube is nothing but what? 10 into how many times? The power is 3 means 3 times. 10 into 10 into 10. So 10 into 10 is 100. 100 into 10 is how much? 1000. Right. So indirectly it is indicating what? 1000 only. But with the help of exponents and power, instead of writing 30, we are writing only 10 with the power 3. So this is the what? Use of exponents and powers. So instead of writing so many zeros, we can write, for example, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So instead of writing 6 zeros, simply we can write what? 10 to the power of how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 to the power of 6. Even if you multiply 10 into 10 into 10 6 times, then same value will get. I hope it is clear. So similarly, so if I represent 10, so I can write 10 to the power of 1. 10 to the power of 1 means 1 is repeated only 1 time, means 10 only. So if I write 10 to the power of 0, we will discuss how to write 10 to the power of 0, what is the meaning in the latter. Right. So what is indicating 10 to the power of minus 1? That is, we can write 1 by 10. So means if I write 10 to the power of minus 3, this we can write as 1 divided by 10 to the power of plus 3. Right. So even if you multiply 1 by 10 into how many times? 3 times. 10 into 10 into 10, the same value will get. Right. So similarly 10 to the power of minus 4 means 1 by how many zeros? 4 zeros, right? Right. So now same number we are now representing with the help of exponents and power. Just now we have written what? This we have written 3 into 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3. So how many zeros we can write here? Right. So 3 zeros plus 4 into 10 square, right? Then 7 into 10 plus 7 into 1, right? So remaining thing we will see. So instead of 1000, what I am writing? 10 cube. Why? Because zeros are repeating how many times? 3 times. So by using exponents and powers, I am writing 3 into 10 cube, then 4 into 10 square, 7 into 10 to the power of 1, right? Then 8 into, right, 8 into what? 1. I told that 1 we can represent what? 10 to the power of 0. Similarly, then after decimal, how to represent? 6 into 10 to the power of minus 1 and 7 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So decimal expanded form we can representing with the help of exponents and powers. For example, if I ask you 23.5, how to represent by using the exponents and powers. So generally, how to represent the expanded form? We will represent 2 into, right, 2 into what? We will write as 10 plus 3 into 1, right, plus 5 by 10. So this can be represented with the help of exponents and powers. 2 into 10 to the power of 1 plus 3 into 10 to the power of 0. As it is in the denominator, we can write 5 into 10 to the power of minus 1. Right. So coming to the fractional exponents. Right. So now what is meant by fractional exponents? So just now we have discussed what is meant by exponents and power. So if I write 2 to the power of 3, so this is what? This is a normal natural number, right? So what is meant by fractional exponents? The power we are taking as the fractional. What is meant by fractional? Like 1 by 2, 1 by 5. So this is known as what? A fraction, or 2 by 3. So this is representing what? A fraction. Whereas if I write plus 3 or plus 5, this is representing what? Normal natural numbers. If I write in the form of 2 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 5, numerator and denominator if you have, then we call as what? Fractional power. So x to the power of 1 by n means to take nth root of x. What it is indicating that if I write 2 to the power of 1 by 3. So it is indicating that 2 to the power of 1 by 3, right? So what is mean by 1 by 3? See here, if I write nth root of 1 by n, right? So it is indicating that whenever you have the fractional power, so we'll keep as the root of 2, but what is the denominator here? 3 there, will keep here 3, right? So this we will discuss in the chapter of squares and square root. I hope you studied how to represent this 1 by 3, and for example if we have 1 by 2, how to represent this? Is represented as root 2, right? So now, so what it is indicating, if I write nth root of x, how to read? I am saying that nth root of x. For example, if we have 4 at the place of n, if you have 4, we will write as fourth root of x. If you have 3, we will call as what? Cube root of x, right? So nth root of x, we will write x to the power of 1 by n. At the place of n, for example, if you have 5 root of x, then how to write? X to the power of 1 by 5. So it is representing what? Fifth root of x, right? So what is indicating this? X is indicating radicand, and whereas this root is indicating what? Radical, right? So root x will write x to the power of 1 by 2. For example, if we have, right? So how to read it is fifth root of x, we write as x to the power of 1 by 5.